Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Sri Banerjee, core faculty for the College of Health Science and Public Policy at Walden University. And I wanted to go over today a framework for mass atrocities or atrocity crimes. Trying to place a framework around it is challenging. However, there are these 14 risk factors that this document goes over. And I want to go over all 14 in this first video, and then go over each of these risk factors and provide more context. So risk factor number 1 is situations of armed conflict or other forms of instability. And this is self-explanatory. If you have instability, then that can lead to mass atrocities. Risk factor number 2, record of serious violations of international human rights and humanitarian law. If there's a past record of this happening, then it probably will happen in the future. Risk factor 3, weakness of state structures. So again, the instability from perhaps a recent coup or something of that nature. Risk factor number 4, motives or incentives. The reason for these, it's important to understand. Risk factor number 5, capacity to commit atrocity crimes. So if they have the potential to do so, then people will engage in this. And that's not always true. Sometimes this is included within normative behavior, and this is explained elsewhere. So number 6 risk factor is absence of mitigating factors. I'm going to read the rest of them because I'm going to go into detail later. Risk factor number 7, enabling circumstances or preparatory action. Risk factor 8, triggering factors. Risk factor 9, intergroup tensions or patterns of discrimination against protected groups. And I think this is really important because this is where it all starts to happen and unravel when you're thinking about mass atrocities. Sign number 10, or risk factor number 10, signs of an intent to destroy in whole or in part a protected group. And these individuals are known as historically marginalized groups or individuals that have been previously persecuted. Number 11, risk factor is signs of a widespread or systematic attack against any civilian population. So typically when you have a civilian population being attacked, not only is it war, and not only is there acts of violence, there's also all different types of violence, rape, a lot of sexual violence, and different things. So risk factor number 11, widespread or systematic attack against any civilian population. Number 12, signs of a plan or policy to attack any civilian population. Risk factor number 13, serious threats to those protected under international humanitarian law. And then the final risk factor, number 14, is serious threats to humanitarian or peacekeeping operations. A lot of places, the peacekeepers were overwhelmed. The biggest case in point is Srebrenica. Srebrenica was overrun, and all the peacekeepers could do is watch. These are all tragic consequences of war and many different types of maladies. I hope this is, in summary, provided you with some insight as to how to approach and understand mass atrocities. It's important to understand that crimes against humanity and genocide, these both are falling under mass atrocities. Thank you for listening.